But what happens when two metal atoms need to become more stable? They both want to get rid of their valence electrons, but there's no nonmetals to come around and pick up the mess and take those extra electrons. So they just lose them anyway. Metal atoms give off their electrons no matter what because they are so desperate to become more stable. But if there are only other metals around, they need to help each other out. So the metal atoms play a kind of ping-pong game with the electrons. When one metal spits off its electrons, the other catches them. But instead of holding on to them like nonmetals do, it spits it right back. So the two metal atoms are passing the electrons back and forth constantly. This is happening so fast, and it happens so much that the atoms end up feeling like they don't have any electrons at all. So all of the metal atoms end up more stable, and in the process, they form another type of bond. These are called metallic bonds. Since no one wants the electrons, they just end up floating back and forth very rapidly in the space in between all of the metal atoms. This floating mess of electrons is called the sea of mobile electrons, meaning that there is a constant flow of electrons moving all around the metal atoms, but never really staying attached to any of them. This flow is what gives metals all of their important properties.
In metals, the electrons are free to move about. The metal atoms virtually become positive ions and are attracted to the electrons between them. The electrons are like a gas that fills the spaces between the atomic ions, holding them together.